Excellent. So we find ourselves, just to recap again, the party is in the city of Paelay, which is essentially a city of concentric circles running from the nexus, being the outermost ring, all the way to the prime ring in the very center, where the Sultan resides and such. Party is pursuing that prime ring, or at least in that direction. I believe that Thaxel is here to investigate Revis and McGregor and Revis, which is a firm that handles archaeology and such. I can't think of the other term I use for them. But they have some knowledge, at least, or had their hands in the process of what happened to poor Thaxel's clan and her Gramps. Thaxel still carrying the pendant she acquired, piece of pendant, trying to unlock some of those mysteries. Dina is here as, in pursuit of what she's always in pursuit of. And there's plenty of power and prestige and money to be found here. In addition, Thud is here.
It's Thud. Thud is what she's in pursuit of, just in case anybody forgot. It's
neat.
Thud. That's...
Okay, awesome. Give me that Thud. And now, Rhea, I believe that there was something that you were pursuing here too, some information.
Yes, I was. I got that letter from my pops about the year of imprisonment, and so I'm searching for that. I'm actually, supposedly my father is in town for information on that mysterious family in Ikram. So.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay, right, and I think that Tassos is also looking into information for this town, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so we will begin here in the Sultan's Respite, which is sort of like a hub. There's one in each ring of Paelay, where you can essentially pick up quests and, for us, they're quests, but missions and other things that can be fulfilled in order to better your standing and rank in the city, ultimately moving into another rank. Thanks to the parties, all they did last night, cleverly using the Gigantor crocodile head, after talking to, I can't remember the guy's name.
Larry.
Larry, the servant of Mask. They turned that in, and he said, okay, I won't... he was going to consider something, I forgot. Anyway, here we are, turning this in to Karina in the Sultan's Requiem. And... I pictured Thaxel probably. I think it was Thaxel and jeez, I'm sorry. I've been in the mindset of your actual name, so I keep going to say your actual. Nope.
Thaxel is my real name.
Yeah, nice. Oh, yeah, I'm Thaxel. Thaxel and Zell, I think, were dragging the upper half of this giant crocodile.
No, it was Thaxel and Rhea, actually.
Oh, okay, nice. Set it down, propped it up against the counter. And I will pick up there where Karina's just seen this as you're all turning it in. Yes. Well, that would certainly... Yes. Hurt some people. Okay. Well, let's get our affairs in order then, yes?
Any extra credit for killing its two babies?
Oh.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't have to worry about kids disappearing anymore.
Yes. Sad business. I make a persuasion check, Rhea, if you would, for the extra loot.
You got it. Okay. Hold please. My fantasy grant is not loaded yet, so I'm going to look it up.
No worries. I can probably bring that up too. Hang on, let me helps
You said persuasion?
Yes.
And then +1 for my luck stone, so 7, 8.
Ooh,
So it's 30-20.
Oh, nice. Okay. Ah, yes. Well, wise thinking, of course. Yes, we can add something to that. And she takes out a little abacus and kind of, calculates a few things. There's, of course, a monetary reward for this. And by my calculations, you'll have access to the raise in rank 2 rings. We can escort you there tonight. You'll be escorted by a few of the... man, I really need to get my notes better together. The, what the heck is the name of the people here?
Larry.
Dun dun dun.
And Barry.
Awesome.
Reapers?
Thank you, the Reapers. Reapers will guide you.
Yes.
Yeah, those guys.
I am so excited. They're escorting us.
You kind of look around, you see, the one in each corner here. There's a handful of people. There's 5 or 6 people sitting over in one corner. It looks like they're counting some coins out of their some little linen bags. And there's a couple scattered people on the other side looking over some papers that seem to be tasks that they might be able to complete to rank up.
And we got 2 ranks above where we're at. So we're like on the 3rd level?
Yes, dear. 3 in.
Yep.
Congratulations.
And remind me, we can go to any of the ranks now, right? At any time?
You can travel anywhere from here to the 3rd rank. The 5th one.
So I can go to the 2nd if I need to, is what you're saying.
Indeed.
Okay.
Here is, and she starts counting out some platinum pieces. She puts up on the counter, tink, 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 and hands out 2,300 in platinum, which would be 230 platinum pieces. She stacks all the bars up, nice and neat, and then some gold. It totals the 2,332. In total gold, if you were to break it all down to gold.
I can put it in the bag for us if you want now, and we can deal with it
Divvy
later.
up later, yeah.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
fine. I had left a message, or I had spoken with a rather officious little twit at the gate. I had yes, and asked him to deliver a message to a gentleman friend who is already in the 3rd ring, and I was told that he was in a meeting. Is there any way to find out if he's responded, if he's still in that meeting, where the little twit is, so I can get more information?
Certainly. Of course, with the standing you have now, you'll definitely get a more expedient response, I think, more accurate.
Wonderful.
Yes, let us inquire in the 3rd ring. I'm due to transfer up there myself for the next month or so, and I'll make sure that when we arrive and I take over at the Sultan's Requiem there, that this information is gathered for you quickly.
Wonderful. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Also, just out of curiosity, do you know of any buildings here in the Nexus that might possibly be for sale or abandoned and still in decent condition?
Well, I can look into that.
Roof intact or don't require too much work to get the roof
Yes.
intact?
Well, there's a Mason's building that recently has been taken over by some squatters, as it were, as the Mason ran out of business. There are a few buildings I could write down for you if you'd like.
Yes, please. I would like that very much. And if they're abandoned, I'm assuming that it's just whoever can claim it is.
Yes,
Make it?
yes. You'll have a higher claim being residing in the 3rd ring, of course, but sometimes a little muscle is required still. But
Oh, that won't be a problem.
I imagine not. She hands you a little notepad with the 3 different buildings that she could think of off the top of her head that are larger buildings that aren't used for what they were intended, just have squatters in them.
Thank you so much, Karina. You've been very kind, very helpful. I appreciate it.
Well, it's my pleasure. Oh, and regarding the other quest, the other item to be retrieved, I just wanted to let you know that it has already been retrieved and returned. The gentleman over there managed to get it to just 15 or 20 minutes ago, so not that you need it anyway at this point, but didn't want you running about for no reason.
What does that gentleman look like?
Well, you see you look over where she nodded, and you see that group of a handful of people. There's a human male, probably in his 40s, salt and pepper hair, kind of a pockmarked face, and a scar that runs across his cheek. There's 3 stout dwarves, all with coal black hair woven. They almost look like triplets. Their faces are that similar. There is a wood elf. Of course, you would recognize this individual as a wood elf, male, probably a few hundred years old or so. Also dark black hair, but kind of scraggly, like a bummish Keanu Reeves. And there's a half-orc that's sitting in the back with most of the stacks of platinum pieces in front of him. Kind of a larger, muscular half-orc. Also, this jet black hair that's slicked back with a couple of large, tusks sticking out from his mouth.
And go ahead.
I was just going to ask if these match the description of the ones of the group that was bothering our employers on the way out here.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Okay. And did this give them access to the second ring, the third ring?
Well, oh gosh, would she give that information out? I guess we'll barter for it a little. Well, really, I shouldn't give out that type of information.
I'm just trying to understand how to rise ranks and what everything, information, jobs kind of cost. It really, it doesn't matter now. It's done, right?
Yeah, go and roll another persuasion check if you would.
Can I assist her somehow?
Yeah, do you want to add something to what she said? And then she can roll with advantage? Or you can roll?
Do it.
I think what you
Got this, girl.
You got it. Okay, we're
No.
just like
No, you got this. We believe in you.
Okay. What do we say?
Oh, right,
just
sorry.
the muscle behind
Okay.
her.
Nice.
20. Okay, so with a single roll, it was 25.
Oh, wow, okay. Yes, they were assholes anyway. Yes, they have risen just barely into the 3rd level. So I'll be escorting them along with you once you're ready. They'll likely be ready too, unless you're looking to spend another night here, of course. Then,
Please. Would you be?
No, thank you.
no, I'm so eager to get back to the 3rd ring. I cannot tell you.
Could you do one little thing? And I'm going to, as stealthily as I can, try and slip her a platinum.
Okay.
Can you tell me what they're going by? What their name is?
Yes, let me, I just wrote that down. Let's see, and she kind of scurries through. Yes, they go by the Ghost Bloods.
Ugh. So undignified. All right.
The ghost bugs?
Bloods. Ghost Bloods.
Okay, I'm sorry. You're going to have to spell that. I heard like B and an L and a G. Not in that order.
So,
In Draconic, I'll whisper to Thaxel, ghost blood in Draconic.
well, Shall we then, or do you have any business to take care of before we proceed?
Well, I did have a question. You said you would be escorting us. I thought I was being escorted by a Reaper.
Ah, yes, there'll be 3 Reapers to escort us between the rings of Paelay.
But you're coming with us?
I will be attending too, yes.
Can the Reapers just escort me? I don't want to be near you. I want to be near the Reapers.
Well, that will work out quite well, yes. I very much like that idea.
No offense. I mean, they're just, like, fascinating.
Yes, they are. Very well.
I just want to clarify. Thanks.
Certainly. She clears her throat over to the ghost bloods. The half-orc looks up and kind of nods his head, and the rest of his crew pack up in unison and walk over, and he kind of, hulks over them as he walks behind and approaches, not really giving any of you too much of a glance, just looking at her. Folds his arms, and the human with the sort of pockmarked face speaks up instead. Yes, ma'am. We getting ready to go, are we? Yes, please. She nods to a couple of the Reapers that fall in line, and she packs up the last of her stuff in a couple of bags. She throws over her shoulders. Shall we? And you begin to walk through the Nexus up to the main gate that leads into the next ring. And there's a long bridge in this second ring that goes directly into the next ring. There's steps down here just as you step inside the doorway, the gate, and steps down a few different lengths along the distance of this boardwalk, as it were. You there's a considerable step up from the Nexus to this. Not anything huge, but this looks more like it's still low end, but you don't see people. Not everyone is dirty and starving. This seems to be people that have very mundane jobs that don't pay well.
Kind of like a lower middle class.
Yeah, or like a lower class, but not poverty level. And as you enter into the third ring, this is where you see like a proper middle class, somewhere in between lower and proper middle class, where the houses, probably 3 houses from the ring before would make 1 house here. The streets are relatively clean. There aren't people stumbling about through them. The engineering to the streets in the city, this part of the city, it's all much better, laid out much better. There are street signs, street lamps, even a little bit of landscaping along the center of some of the roads that divide the roads with a sort of a median with trees and bushes and shrubs and flowers and such. So it looks nice, and the air is much clearer. It's elevated higher. Each tier is elevated a little bit higher than the previous, so there's a little bit less oppressive heat up here on this third ring. She walks you down through to what appears to be almost like a way station here, where you stop in and everyone gets sorted to where they're going. The Ghost Bloods are very... actually, make a perception check. If anyone's looking at the Ghost Bloods and assessing them at all, go ahead and make it.
Axel is way too distracted right now with the Reapers, so she is not participating in this.
A perception check.
Yes, please.
18.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, please.
No problem.
15 for Dina.
Okay. Oops, the names.
25 for Rhea.
Dina's definitely
Okay.
marking these assholes.
Nice. You can tell, let's see. So all 3 of you can tell that these are militia people of some sort. They have training in battle, hand-to-hand combat, things like that. They walk in a proper line. They march in a proper line. And they hold themselves, their posture and their gait as they walk all speak of a soldier.
Our cameras went off, just FYI.
Very,
Okay. Oh, thanks.
very organized for a group of road bandits.
Hmm.
Gina kind of mutters to herself.
Sorry, let me fix this name tag here real quick. Boop. There we go. That ought to do it. Okay. Yes, so. Now, Rhea, with your 25, you can sense that... where'd they go here? The human also has the footfalls of a rogue, someone familiar with stealth at least. Very soft, not trying to give away that he is a rogue, but it's intentional noise, not natural noise. But with a 25, I think you'd notice that.
Okay.
Yeah, and Zell, you had the 18?
Yep.
Okay. So you can feel a little bit of magic, little arcana coming off of all of them, but some of them it seems to be innate, as though perhaps they're spellcasters. Others likely have some magical item of some sort on their person.
So some it seems natural, some it seems like an item.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. The trio, the triplets, the dwarven triplets, is where you get that innate sense of magic.
Okay. That makes sense.
So you arrive here, and you're let off by, what's her name?
Karina.
Karina, thanks. I'm all over in my notes here. Did a terrible job of organization. The concierge here can let you know where to certain locations. As far as residence, you'll be given a small residence of your own, but you'll be able to choose whether you want them together. There are small manors that can house groups such as yourselves. It's just part of your station. They cannot be sublet. They are simply yours when you visit. They can let you know. And she's kind of looking around over the counter, waiting for someone to arrive.
How do we get a better one within the third ring if we're going to be here for a while? Is that something that we can
Yes.
upgrade ourselves?
Even within the ring, there is a ranking. Your completion of tasks moves you up. Now that you're here in the third ring, the missions may become a little more difficult, but I don't feel that it's anything out of your range, out of your wheelhouse. You can also... Oh, please, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just wanted to make sure if we're all staying together that, we have plenty of room.
Yes. They're modest homes. And she's still looking around and no one's arrived. She kind of pokes her head in the back. Well, I guess I'll sort it out for you then. She walks behind the counter, flips open some ledgers.
5 bedrooms and 3 baths.
Yes. You'll find at least that here in the third ring. She flips through. So she spins around a rather large portfolio that has some sketches of these buildings and the interior, as well as the location within the city and descriptions.
What do we need 6 bedrooms? Sorry.
Oh, Dina's just assuming that Zell and Demalagus are sleeping together full time.
And Dina would be wrong.
Nice.
She probably is, but that's. But
No, I know. No, that's why. If this is happening in character, she would be like, Dina would be wrong, and she'd be like, 6 bedrooms, please.
Yes. Well, and as you flip through, you find some that are 6, some that are 7 that are currently vacant and within your range. They all have at least 3 beds. None of them really have yards per se. But
How are servants handled?
so
Will we have to? I'm sure we could hire some.
yes, you would be looking at hiring your own servants, at least here on this ring. In the prime, prime ring, they are supplied, of course.
Steve's
And,
pretty sure Rhea can handle all of this stuff.
Yeah, and in your best opinion, since you're the knowledgeable one, which of these 6 or 7 bedrooms is in the best location?
Let's see. Actually, let me see. I feel like she has a bit of a fondness
Where
for you
would
all.
you live?
Nice, yeah. All right, yeah. So she's got a fair bit of fondness for you all. I would likely choose. She flips through a few and points one out that has an older style of architecture compared to the other homes here. The big sweeping arches over doorways, the gingerbread tiles up on the roof, slate tiles. It's a 7-bedroom, 4-bathroom house. And it's as she continues, yes, well, it's located near food, near the Sultan's Requiem. If you're looking to take up projects, there's easy access to any one of the 3 main thoroughfares around this ring. I would suggest that one.
What does everyone else think? I'm fine with it.
Yep, sounds good. Dina's like, I like it. It looks lovely.
The human pockmarked face guy just like cuts in, like kind of walks over, like right next, uncomfortably close to you, Dina. Not touching you, but like leaning up at the counter. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So that's all well and good, but we want to get going. We've got things to do. No offense to all you. We just we've got better things to do. Where can we stay? She's sort of like,
Well, you could always stay in the Nexus.
Can I insight check him? I don't know why.
yeah,
Or something. Like, I don't know. I feel like he's sketch.
nice.
Hold on.
Paxel is glaring at that guy.
And actually, what Dina would like to do. Let me see which one I want to do here.
11.
It's
It's a 15.
Let's do charm person.
Oh, nice.
She's gonna look at him and go, "Oh, darling, really? Can't you give us just a moment?" And just kind of give him that look and lean into him.
Mm-hmm.
And charm person, and he needs to make a DC 16 Wisdom save, please.
Okay. So he fails, and Zell is just as you do the insight check. He seems like a total a-hole, and he just wants to get done and moved on with his thing. He is in fact sketch. He's just bogus.
She's like, I'm sure you don't mind, sweetheart. If you could just give us just a moment, and you might even be able to find something that's more to your liking. What was it? Just across the other side of the bridge, even. I'm sure they can find you something perfectly adequate for you.
It's like, yeah, I suppose gets struck up the backside of the head by the half-orc. His head hits the counter and backs up, and he just picks this human guy up and moves him out of the way. We'll wait our turn. Lets him down. Just folds his arms again and stands.
Yes, very. Have a nice day.
And now Paxel's admiring the orc.
Yeah. Dina's like, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Who's gonna answer? Because that other guy. So through a bloody nose now, the human guy's like, he's still charmed. He's like, yeah, he does it. That's he didn't give it.
What's yours, darling?
He is charmed. Okay. Let me move over to my other dock here, back to our friend. All right, our human. The name's Risden.
Risden. Oh,
Yeah.
a lovely name.
Spell
Risden.
that.
R-I-V-E-N.
Sorry, was that an E-E-N? Because that's Rizine.
He spits out some
You were
blood.
not pronouncing your name right, dude.
He moves his hand and his nose is like this swollen. His eyes are starting to get blue and purple.
I have it back. So it's all right. Thank you so much. You've been so kind. And she's just kind of like looking at the blood and stepping away. And then she looks at Risden and then at the blood, like, are you going to clean that up?
Yeah, let's see what he. Yeah, he rolled pretty poorly. It's against his nature, but he's charmed, and so he's like, well, let the rest of it run out here, and then I'll spit some more out. Like presses on one nostril and blows out the blood. I'll let the rest of it drip out. Yeah, I'll get it. Of course.
I'm sure you have something you can use to clean that up with. I'm sorry, Karina, you were saying?
Yes. So she's got a smirk on her face. Yes, let me guide you and find someone proper to take care of you, gentlemen. Please, this way. Let's get you settled into your house. It's right near the Sultan's Requiem, where I need to be heading anyway. And she raps on a door in the back, and you hear someone kind of like half asleep, jarring awake. It's time to work. And she walks out and nods to the Ghost Bloods and then nods to all of you. And the Reapers disperse. But she walks you over to the Sultan's Requiem and near the house.
Tina waves at Risden.
Mm-hmm.
Gets a little wave, leaves. And that's in effect for an hour.
Oh, it's an hour. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. All right. The dwarves are all sort of in that creepy sort of shining way. All three of them are making the same facial expression, just sort of mostly blank, staring at the party as they walk away. All right, and you head over to your house, which is just a block down or so from the Sultan's Requiem. Here you are. Make yourselves at home. I will handle the paperwork, and best of luck to you. Should you want another task to complete to move further ahead, please just come over and see me. And may I have the name of the gentleman that of the information you're pursuing?
His name is Thorit.
Very well. Yes, and it sounds familiar, actually.
Large half-orc gentleman.
Yes. Okay. And she jots that down, and hopefully I'll send a messenger over if I hear anything before I see you. Otherwise, wish you all the best.
Thank you so much. Oh, where can I go get a hot bath and a perfumed oil massage?
Let's see. Third ring. There are a number of public bathhouses. Well maintained, not anything you'd find in the second ring. Here, and she kind of points over, to a few locations. There's one close to the house, a couple blocks away.
Thank you so much, Karina. You've just been a dear. I look forward to working with you again.
Good. As do I. Nods, and she's just like breathing the air in here. She hasn't been here in a couple months, so she walks over to the Sultan's Requiem. And you're all left standing outside looking up at your house. It is a, 7-bedroom, 3-story house. And it looks clean and nice. It's built out of stone, again with that sort of Adobe style architecture.
What
Axel's
kind of-
running in.
Oh, jeez.
Thaxel does what?
Axel is running in.
Can I make
Nice.
it candy at the courtyard?
Huh?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're muted. I was like, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, she's running in,
Okay.
and trying to find the best bedroom. That's what she's
Nice.
doing right now.
Awesome. What do you think?
Call
sorry,
her
go
in. Thaxel, we're not here that long. It doesn't really matter.
It does.
What do you feel Thaxel would see as the best bedroom? What would she look for that would make it the best?
She wants something that resembles her room at the Davenstars.
Okay.
Or somewhere in the corner where it's a little dark. Maybe like a nice little window view so she can like people watch.
Okay.
Like to people watch.
Nice. Well, there's a corner room right in the front of the house. If you're standing in front of the house, it'd be the front right, the very topmost floor. That has its own bathroom off of it. And, of course, you've got two vantages for viewing people. Both access a main road as it's a corner lot. And there is a similar nook by one of the windows that has a dark spot, and it looks like one of the nooks, the nook on the edge of Tassos' room that you stood in watching the storm that night.
Okay, so
Reminiscent of.
I am now up. It's on the very top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm gonna run. I'm assuming everybody else is downstairs because I was a little too excited,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna open the window. I was like, "This bitch is mine."
Nice. A couple people look up from the street. Continue walking.
Is
A little too excited.
Is there like another room with like a decent like at least like a decent window view? It doesn't have to be like Thaxel's, but like something with like a decent window space, and then like maybe enough room for like a table.
Okay. Yes. On the second floor in the back right, there's a window on the back and on the side of the house there as well. So you can see the main thoroughfare from one window. The other one is just a number of other buildings that line up down the block behind you. This one has standard stuff, same as the others, bed, dresser, but it also has a space, has a table in here.
I'll pick that one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Let me just change these things around again.
You said I have my own bathroom?
Yeah, yours has the bathroom right off of it.
Is there an alley behind the house?
Not so much an alley as a space between buildings. There's maybe a 12-foot yard of loose stone, and then a stone wall that's maybe 4 feet tall, and then the same in the neighbor's yard behind you.
Okay. And what separates our house from a house on either side?
So you're on a corner lot, so there's one side is just the road, and it's essentially the same thing on the left-hand side. It's kind of neatly done with that 4-foot wall and the gravel in the yard.
Do you need like a room in the back of the house, preferably second or third floor?
Okay. All right. So the back left of the house, if you were to walk in, the house goes back left, will have just those two neighbors' yards sort of for cover, as it were. The one on the second floor has a bathroom right in the hallway just outside, if that makes a difference.
I'm sorry, the one on the third floor is...
The one on the second floor has the bathroom right outside. There's a bathroom in the center of the third floor. Then one right off of Thaxel's room, and then there's one bathroom in the center of the first floor.
She'll take the third floor bedroom.
Okay.
So in the opposite corner, I'm assuming she's diagonal from Thaxel. Thaxel's
Yes.
in the front right, and she's in the back left of the same floor. Perfect.
Awesome.
I am okay with this.
Yep.
Nice. All right. So
Harry, Demalagus, you gonna pick some?
Aries, where would she go? She's going to take the second floor back corner, back left, to be in the dark. I just... Actually, she's going to look a little bit melancholy and just sort of not respond in the way that she has been lately, but instead almost a little bit of a reversion. Yeah, I am going to go over here. She walks up.
We're going to talk about that later.
Of course.
Mm-hmm. Demalagus.
I'm not too picky. Whatever's fine.
Just pick one. It's fine.
Yeah, he will purposely see if there's one that is smaller and less convenient than the others and take that one.
Okay. First floor probably on the front right, like you're right in the street corner at ground level.
That's fine.
Oh, I guess I pick last. Well, I'll take the other 2 bedrooms since I got the last pick. So I'm going to throw my clothes in one and my sleeping bed in the other.
I didn't even think about that.
It's amazing. Perfect.
He's the sneaky one.
That's fine. I do not regret my choices. I'm so excited right now.
Excellent. All right. Well then, here we are. Yada yada. Let's see. That probably took a good portion of the day to get done. So we'll say it's evening time. Say I don't recall anyway, and we'll let the evening carry on.
If it's evening, then I would request Rhea and Demalagus join me in my room.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Awesome.
I haven't popped up the hashtag after dark warning yet, so.
Nina's off getting a hot bath and a massage and trying to see if she can track down Thud.
Okay, nice.
I do want to do something too, but I'm going to let them do their thing first.
Okay. So let's start with Zell, Demalagus, and Rhea, if everyone's willing, after getting some food or whatever you want to do first, meeting up in Zell's room.
Okay, so she'll assume everyone's like sitting at that table. She'd like pull chairs around.
Okay.
And so she'd make it seem so like awkward, but at the same time she's like, so I brought you here to talk. And she'll look to Demalagus. She's like, so Demalagus, we have been followed by a certain ghosty ghost that I'm assuming is right here. And she'll look to Demalagus to confirm what.
I'll activate my true sight and check.
Okay. Which is 60 feet. I was looking at some stuff today. I'm like, I don't know why I thought it was 120. So sorry. But still.
I'll never complain about you giving me an advantage.
Okay. All right. So you switch over to your true sight, and what are we gonna do?
This place is haunted as shit.
Nice.
It's ghosts everywhere.
A bunch of people going. It's so hot.
Who are you gonna call?
So you see, standing behind Zelkari, the ghost. Do you already know who it is now, Demalagus? Like
yes.
In character? Okay. All right. So you see the ghost of Sarhala, and with her, standing about 5'5". She has that white hair, still a bit of a magenta hue to her skin, those deep violet eyes, and she just has this incredibly sorrowful, despondent, mournful expressions on her face. This time as you scan, though, you see suddenly through Zell's head a ghost fist, kind of punches through and pulls back, and you look up over and around, and standing on the other side of Zell is, a person that looks moderately familiar. Half-elf female, pale complexion, crystal blue eyes, bleach blonde hair, stands about 5'7", but she has some scorch marks on her clothing. Their clothing seems to be perpetually burning off as little embers, but never fully dissipating, just always on the edges. You see Vel, ghost of Vel, punching and kicking and screaming. And I can't hear anything, but you see her screaming at Zell and punching and kicking and just trying to grasp. And the two ghosts don't seem to see one, or acknowledge one another.
God, how would I respond to that?
Yeah, would you tell her?
Oh yeah, I'm fucking telling. Just trying to think of how. Zell, you're twice as haunted as you were before. So yes, your lovely tiefling still looks the usual self, sticks by you rather closely. Well, there's someone else too.
Who?
Well, you remember your ex-girlfriend, Belle.
She'll just immediately burst out laughing, like as loud as can be, just belly ache laughter. I'm not gonna do it because I'm.
Who?
What?
Let's not wake the kids.
You see Vel get extra pissed. Like, just ghost fist.
Oh, that's making us so upset. Keep doing it.
Ugh, she'll just keep laughing for a good minute.
Jamaligus, what is going on? Who is that?
Oh, I'm sorry, Ray. You were gone during this time on your mission with Akari. I have the ability to see into the ethereal plane, which allows me to see ghosts. Zelkari is doubly haunted. One, a visage of her ex, who is furious as she is dead after betraying Zelkari and to the life of, awfulness when she was trapped aboard that yacht with the dragonborn Cromage. But we also captured her. Turns out they were stealing around the city. Your brother actually asked us to do so. Captured her and whoever she was, this gentleman she was with, who I think ended up, Thaxel ate him. And
That's on brand. Okay.
yeah, right. And so then we captured her, and I believe she was, obviously killed somehow. Seems to be burning a bit, sort of
Probably Dina
constantly.
then.
Yeah, that makes sense. She was there. So, yeah, probably burning. Still burning, actually. Not just with rage, but actually kind of on the edges. Sort of funny. Just very upset.
Oh.
She can stay.
Well,
that
I'm
way.
sorry, though. Wait, you said there were two ghosts?
The other one is my sister,
Oh.
and that's when she'll stop laughing and kind of get more sad when she thinks about it. Well, Randy, out of character, do you have anything that can make the rooms soundproof? Or like a spell or anything that you can do? Or Rhea?
Let me check.
I don't know if you do. I don't remember you ever mentioning it.
The only spell I can think of that might do that wouldn't help us in this situation, but let me see.
Okay. Sorry. I should have asked you before.
Oh, it's fine. I could set the room on fire. Shoot lightning everywhere.
Done.
Good at that.
I can turn on the light.
Nice.
Right.
I know I can't do anything.
I could
so-
cast sleep. We could all take a nap.
No. Really? That's interesting.
I could levitate around. Yeah, none of that's really going to help soundproof the room. Sorry.
Okay. Not that it. Was there anyone else on the second floor? I don't think. I think it was. Sorry, I know I'm like moving around my camera.
Just Airy, I think, is in the back left.
That's okay. That should be
Opposite
fine.
corner.
Because I'm assuming at this point Dina would be off doing her massage and Thaxel's doing whatever she's doing. So she would summon them when like everyone's already spread out. So it shouldn't really do anything anyway. Okay. Well, I want to find out more information. I should look at Rhea about my home and how my sister is haunting me, and now how I'm being haunted by this bitch. And she'll point to her other shoulder, which she assumes her ex is behind.
The Malagus will point right at her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, got it.
Roundhouse kick through Zell's.
I'm just like, I see that. It's like just a foot going with, all right. I want to find out why she's here, why they're here now, what's causing them to stay, and I want to find out where in the world my parents are as well. And Rhea, you are the most capable person I know. I'm willing to make a pact with you to help you in ways that I'm sure you would accept, if you would help me with this. The only thing I'll ever truly ask of you, if you could find out information on my parents and this. I already made a pact with Demalagus. So I want to make a pact with you to make sure that everything that we say stays between us. I don't want anyone untrustworthy to know what's currently going on, to use it against me. If that's
smart.
okay. The less people know, the easier this will be to deal with, the less people I have to kill. So
Well,
she'll kind of lean back in her chair waiting.
I like favors. I like giving favors, getting favors. They make the world go round, so I can be your girl. Tell me, Zell, if you don't mind, how long has your sister been like this?
I don't know. I mean, she died so long ago that I never knew until I met Demalagus. Really, it was back in Incrum that I realized I was being haunted. I did not take it very well.
How old were you when she died?
Gosh, maybe 8, 9. I was just a child. She was older. She was, gosh, maybe 17. She was the best sister I could have asked for, best family member I could have asked for. She raised me realistically. My mother was very much not the mother you would hope for. We can get into that some other time. But my sister, she was great. She taught me all the pranks and fighting I know today. She was the one person that trusted me with knowledge. She was taken from this world far too young.
Demalagus, as she says that, you see this visceral reenactment of her death. You don't see the other people, you only see her sister, but you suddenly see this wound open up in her chest and blood start pumping out and trickling down, and then she collapses, then picks herself back up, but it's not there any longer. She just starts to mourn again.
Oh my. She met a violent end then. She just sort of showed me.
it, she she pushed. It wasn't supposed to happen. Basically, it was just a prank. It was just a prank. She was showing me to scare this little boy that pushed me in the bog. And we were getting him back for it, and he I don't know what happened. He started to drown, and my sister did save him. She pulled him out, and he was okay. But his father started hitting me, and it wasn't good. I just kept hitting me, and my sister shoved him and told me to run away, and instead he started to take his anger out on her, and I screamed, and then next thing I knew, she was stabbed, and I ran, and I shouldn't have run, but I ran.
You were a child. You should have ran. Do you know if that man is still alive?
I don't. I want to find out. I do, but after what happened, my parents took me, and we bounced around the continent so many times, different villages, but somehow something would happen, or they would hate tieflings or whatever. And when I was old enough to be on my own, I wasn't welcome at home anymore, so I started traveling, and that's how I met a certain someone. And then she left, and then I was captured, so it wasn't great, but just a lot of roaming, really.
Well, one of those problems is taken care of, and we'll take care of the rest.
True. She'll kind of look watery-eyed, trying to keep it together. But if I could find out if he's alive, I very much would like to say a few words to him, now that I'm not weak.
That can be arranged.
Thank you.
Malagus will move around the table and put his arm around Zal and kind of hug her.
She'll kind of put her head on his shoulder and tap his shoulder.
So it's just
She'll then get up though. She'll start like pacing the room, and then she'll go to the window and start like looking out. You just see like this uneasiness in her, this uncomfortableness of speaking about the subject.
Awkward. Is there anything else you need to tell us? So.
No, I really want to kill that guy. That's about it. But this stays between us. I don't want this to suddenly be used against me, because God forbid my sex life is. So, and with that, she looks like, you can see it in her eyes. She's getting a little more fighty, a little more frustrated.
We'll find it. You just bottle that up until we see him, okay?
Thank
I
you,
promise.
Dear.
You're welcome.
So, does anyone want drinks? Maybe we can go find some ice cream or something. She's instant change, grabbing her purse, opening the door.
Yes, we should go out and explore. There's probably some great places to eat around here.
Yeah, I would agree. When we do get back with everybody, I do need to have a little family meeting, but we can explore first. Should we go grab Ari and Thaxel, see if they want to go out? I'm pretty sure Dina's already at the baths.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. We will go and find Ari and Thaxel and see if they want to come along.
Knock, knock. As you knock on Ari's door, it pushes open, pushes into the room a bit. Just as it swings open, you hear her turn and shout, "Leave me alone!" Oh.
Ice cream.
I'm not talking to you. I'm sorry, guys. Just leave me alone.
It's okay, dear.
I can't.
Just a reminder, she's 13.
You feeling up to going out?
Yeah, I'm just, after a bunch of silence, now there's a bunch of talking.
It's getting worse.
Pushing, prodding. He wants me to find a body. I've got to go find a body for him. And,
Anybody?
A particular body.
Oh.
He's made a deal with someone and cannot get to this body. It's in some consecrated place that he can't reach. And apparently it's important.
Here?
No. In a place I've never heard of. He said that it'll be difficult to get there. I don't know.
I will reach my hand out to her and say, just be strong. Ignore him as much as you can, and we'll take care of it as soon as we can, okay?
Okay. Yeah, ice cream sounds good.
Yeah.
Baxel?
Baxel?
I will yell. Just a minute. I'm looking out on the road, and I'm going to pull out my sending stone and send a message to Tassos. Oh, oh my god! Let's see how sappy I can make it. Now, is this 25 or 50? I can't remember what my word limit is. I think 25.
I think it's 25.
Yep, 25.
Okay. So I'm going to, let's see. Hey, you. Made it to Paelay. I'm in this dope house with my own room. It's not your room. Have you
Missed me?
found
Missed me.
any information? Bye. I don't know if I went over or not, but that's
No, that's good. That's good. Okay. All right. So you sort of hear the knocking, and you're just waiting, hoping, maybe there'll be a message immediately. And there is. There's a message. Tassos replies. You hear in your mind. Let me just think for a second where he is and what he's doing there. He's still in Ikram, but he's getting that information for both you and for Rhea. It's rebuilding. First part of the message. I love you. I didn't realize how much until you left. No new information. Looking into some new leads. 6 words left. I'm glad you're happy there. Bye. Oh, it's 25.
I just squealed like a little girl while I was muted, so you wouldn't have to hear that.
But we heard that as characters, right?
Everybody in the
Oh,
two block radius
Heard,
did.
heard.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
the second
That went, oh, he must have said something.
A couple more people on the street. Look up at the corner.
Is that an air raid siren?
Just a lizard folk.
I don't know how Baxel's scream would be, but yeah. I think after that she's gonna drop it on the bed, like.
Nice.
And then she's gonna turn to the door, open it. You say Strawberries?
Strawberry ice cream. Yeah.
I need something to cool down. Ice cream sounds really great right now.
Look real flushed. Are you okay?
Great.
Is Axel's
Yeah.
tail wagging?
No.
This was the moment we all found out lizard folk blush.
Zell will lean in and be like, "Did you have some me time? Did you need a minute?"
I mean, I'll need it later, for sure now.
Nice.
We'll get some spare strawberries.
Oh, you're the best. You're
Let's go.
so nice.
Avery kind of turns to Raya. Me? I guess we all need me time. I don't.
Oh, Ariel. I'll explain it later. This is a special kind of me time.
Okay.
It's a good
Thanks.
type of me time.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Oh, I can't wait to hear.
Me too.
I'm not giving Ari the talk with you in the room, damn it.
Fine.
You need both perspectives to get the full.
Awesome.
You know.
I want that RP'd out. I want to watch Rhea give Harry the talk, both as a player and as a character.
I'll work on my metaphors. I'm on it.
That's awesome. Okay.
I really, honestly, don't remember what he said after.
Essentially, that he's still working. Nothing yet, but he's working hard, and he was just happy that you were happy out here having fun with the house and stuff.
Okay, no, I do remember that. No, I was okay. Ice cream.
Tra-la-la-la, yeah. And out you all go for some fresh ice cream. Dina, I'm going to jump over to you as they head out into town. You're able to finish with your bath. And they bring fruits and other snack, cheeses and carbs, whatever you want, to the side of the bath as they refill it with warm water, and it's really comforting. Some Epsom salt and some nice scents in there. So you're as relaxed as a bath will make you. And recovered from all the sewer. I mean,
She's changed the water like 5 times.
Nice, yeah. The first one after like 5 minutes.
Not even. It was like 6 seconds and then out. No, new water.
Awesome. As you're leaving the bath, heading out and about to look for some information on Thud, a parcel person arrives. Kind of looking at, you're just based on the description they were given, she was given. Ma'am, are you perhaps, what name did you give again? It wasn't Dina, or was it Dina? Or was it Diana?
No, she did give Dina because of, for Thud.
Right, okay. Ma'am, are you perchance, Dina, waiting for a message?
I am.
Yes, well, I have it here. She has sort of almost like a like a karate gi, where it's folded one part over the other. She reaches in to a pouch near. Here you are, ma'am.
Thank you.
Certainly.
And here you go. And I give her 5 silver.
Oh, yeah, so gracious. Thank you so much. She bows
Thank
a few
you.
times. Scurries back off.
I'm going to step someplace kind of out of the flow of traffic, a little private, where I can open it up and read it.
Okay. Make as you start to read it, as your first glance at this. Let's see. Just make an intelligence check with advantage because you spent some time with Thud.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, intelligence isn't actually her strength. Well
Oh,
done.
no.
Sorry about that. All right, let's see. And my dice hate me.
No.
So that's an 8.
Okay. So you read through, and the message is fairly generic. In fact, I'm actually going to have you roll again, because as you finish this message, it seems very straightforward, not almost like it's not written to you, but just very formal, and it doesn't really address any topic you've had before. It's as though
It's odd. Okay.
yeah. So go ahead and roll a second time with advantage, and we'll see if that. Whether or not that
Oh,
does-
that's much better. That is a dirty 20.
Okay, good. Whew. All right, in that case, you reread it, and you can see that there's a basic cipher here that I imagine you'd be a little familiar with some certain ciphers and encoding messages, at least to some degree. It's a basic one. It's nothing fancy. And you can see that it's requesting a meeting. He wants to meet you here in the third ring. There's a... gosh, where would it be? Because it wouldn't be in the open. I was thinking the carousel, but that doesn't make any sense because it's meant to be secretive. In the park. There's a wooded park in here. And it basically says if you can be there either tonight or tomorrow night at 10 to meet him. And it's like 8:30 now, so...
Yep. So she's probably going to go find something to eat, a place to just kind of. She's going to go find a tavern or a pub or a bar or something like that, someplace where she can get a halfway decent meal, kind of get a feel for the populace,
Okay.
and what it's like here, what the people are like, what the flow is like.
All right.
Do some people watching.
Neat.
Maybe pick up some gossip.
You find here that the folks are, many of them appear to be, adventurers themselves at one point, or at least people that can handle themselves, likely how they managed to attain this rank. This, the average age here is probably mid to late 40s. And you think again that maybe because they don't have quite the prowess as you and your party have, it took much longer, completing smaller tasks to work their way up here. They seem to enjoy the life and appreciate what they have, but many of them just want more. A lot of the talk here is about prestige and what ring. Oh, I have a nephew that lives in the second ring, and things like that. Everyone's talking about moving up and who they know and so on and so forth. Very centered on that. No particular gossip here anyway tonight.
All right. So how much has all of this cost her so far for like a meal? She probably got somebody to buy her second drink. She's going to use Staxel's little trick, where she's going to walk in, kind of catch a few eyes, sit down, order a drink, and that gentleman right there, he'll pay for it.
Nice. Okay. Awesome.
I taught her well.
Yes, she did.
Yeah. As far as the food itself, it's not super expensive. It's probably like $2 It's decent food. $2 for a meal, a solid meal. And you get your other drink there. That other person before heading out.
Yep.
All right.
And then she is going to, when she gets within she's going to be alert. She's looking to make sure that she's not being followed.
Okay.
And she's moving fairly stealthily.
Nice. Cool. Make a stealth check first, if you would, and then a perception.
Okay, that's a nat 1 on the stealth. Oops.
Okay.
And that dice is cursed because that was a nat 1 on perception.
I got 2 2s on my side for things. So
The stealth total is a 2 and perception total is a 0.
okay, yeah, it's kind of brutal.
Yeah.
All right, so you're trying to, but you went through a lot today. You've been through a lot.
Yeah.
That bath really relaxes everything. It's hard to.
I'm wearing 5-inch stilettos. It's
Nice.
just,
Click, clack, click, clack. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so you wind your way through over to the. Are you heading over to the park?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. She's in the park.
So you find that you walk around several times around this park. It's probably about 20 past before finally you hear a branch in one of the pines nearby off the path, row of pines. And you see a figure there, roughly Thud's size, but staying in the shadows.
Do I remember if Thud speaks Draconic or Infernal? What language he might speak?
Yes, you would discuss Draconic at one point.
Okay. So she's going to proposition him in Draconic.
In Draconic, you hear a single reply that is sort of like a confirmation. It's tough to translate, but it's sort of like a confirmation. Yep. Yes.
All right. So she'll go over to him.
Okay. As you approach, she takes a few steps back into the woods and you push aside some branches and pulls off back a hood. And he has sort of a bandana covering across the top of his head, black with white, not paisleys, but like an exploding flower star design. You are being followed, but I think we can lose them. Come. And he holds his hand out to you.
She takes his hand. She goes, remind me, I have a few gifts for you when we get to where we're going.
Wonderful. He'll actually spin to see if you'll let him pick you up.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. So he just scoops you up sort of like in a princess hold and just starts kind of quietly bolting. Let me see how quietly he is. All right. Good thought. Through the forest.
Yeah, work boyfriend. I love it.
Nice. You dart through the park before arriving at an opening. And there's already a nice blanket, red and white sort of plaid blanket with some food and some wine, some little, finger food and some wine. And he looks around. We've lost them. And he pulls the bandana off and this like a trench coaty sort of jacket off and sits down. Oh, well.
She tackles him.
So he gets knocked back on his back. Oh, so good to see you. Oh,
I missed you.
Oh, I missed you too. I already here in third ring, of course.
Well, I had to spend way too much time in the sewers to do it, but I'm here with the others.
Never afraid to do what you must to get what you need. Admirable quality.
Worked for you.
Well, what do you think of third ring?
It's not bad. It's not bad. I've definitely lived worse. What do you think? How are you enjoying your time here so far?
It goes well.
You're meeting with the success then?
Nearly. I am in second ring currently. He kind of takes another look around. His perception.
Oh, I had been told that you were in this ring.
Too many. I have information spread that I am in this ring, but I reside in second. Currently, I am very close to gaining title, and you can see a little bit of pride shine through, of Lord Regent.
Oh.
Yes.
I like that, my lord.
Kind of like holds on to like the inside of his collar. So. Yes.
Stands up, she goes, shall I curtsy?
Yes, please. She admires you.
Well, perhaps these will help. And she's going to hand him the gloves, and they're almost fingerless gloves, and they just cover the palm with a strap around the wrist and at the thumb
Mhm.
of the dragon leather that she had enchanted.
Oh.
And she was, these
Okay,
should
so-
help with certain skills from the last time we were together.
Oh. And he kind of wiggles his fingers. Do I need help that badly? You.
Oh no, darling! I just thought I'd give you a little bit of extra advantage. For,
I jest, and he kind of, gives like a pat on your arms. Thank you. This
oh, and
is beautiful.
these also are for you. And she pulls the boots out.
Oh,
Uh,
fine.
Black dragon
Craftsman.
hide.
Oh, beautiful. And he kicks his boots off and goes to put them on. And they're a fine fit. He seems to really like them.
The Devon Stars have a wonderful leather worker.
This is incredible. Puts the gloves on. Yes, Lord Regent indeed. Now maybe I look the part as well.
Very so, my lord.
So, two things. First, and he takes a satchel of money out. Your half. Chink, and drops it down. Makes a. To him, it looks tiny in his hand, but he drops it, and it's like two hands to catch his pouch of platinum piece. It's about 4,000 gold in total. Your half of that heist.
Well, my lord regent, I have an idea that I could use your help with.
Yes. Do tell.
And she'll explain about what happened in the sewer
Oh.
with the mask and the children are like that. And you know who you know about my benefactor.
Yes.
And well, I thought perhaps that perhaps the children who aren't as angelic as the mask seems to like to recruit
Yes.
deserve also a chance. So I'm thinking perhaps a sanctuary for orphans, street children, whatever we want to call it, Mount Comanda,
Yes.
where they can be brought in, the ones that are like you and I.
You think
Like
both with
Baxter,
your heart
like-
and your mind.
And there they can be trained, taught,
Yes.
fed, educated, safe place to sleep, and given an education they might not otherwise have about the fire that resides deep inside and where that fire comes through and who they owe that fire to.
Yes. I like this idea. Kind
There are-
and clever.
And as Lord Regent, I'm sure being a benefactor of a charitable organization, a charitable foundation such as this, would come in handy.
Yes.
And I have a few, I was able to get a list of a few buildings that are located in the Nexus that are currently occupied by squatters that a little muscle might clear out and be suitable for such purposes.
Do you have lists?
I hand it over to him.
Pinches it. Takes a. I can see this done. My appointment will likely come in the next few days. With it, I receive a plot of land in just outside on the border between the plains and the mountains of Stone Earth, as well as an estate in the Prime Ring.
Oh, darling.
Yes. A good
What's her
position.
and a summer home?
I believe developing the plot of land will allow for a way stop for those traveling between Stonehurst and Paelay or further up to Zangard, a place where we can assist travelers lighten the load of their wallets, perhaps, as they have needs to tend to.
Yes. I still remember quite fondly that night we met.
Indeed. He has like a half-orc giggle, if such a thing exists. Oh, looks up at it. This is a nice empty sky. There's hardly any light pollution here, of course. It's just there's little lanterns and such. And you can see the galaxy stretching out across the sky. And he kind of lays back down. Perhaps there is no better way to spend tonight than here under stars.
Seem to be isolated enough it shouldn't disturb anyone.
Well, we'll have to try harder then, won't we?
Indeed. And she's pretty much on her stomach with her elbows on his chest and her chin. You know, I mean, so her feet probably are right about where his knees are.
Okay. Yeah,
You know, so
that's
her
great.
head shoulder level propped up where she can look down at him. You know, and she's been kind of reaching over and snacking on things and feeding him things and you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, so she's gonna she'll tell him that, you know, so when I arrived yesterday or last night, it was, I've almost lost track of time. This is, we have I tell him where the place is, where the house is. We have a quite lovely home. My house is around, or my room is around the back, up on the third floor, with a window.
Excellent.
Just a little 4-foot wall to get over. And I'll leave. Why don't you hang on to that for me? When your appointment comes through, make it your first charitable act as Lord Regent to establish this Mount Cormanda sanctuary for children.
Yes, I like this name. I will make it so.
And if we'll see what we can do to recruit others to help teach the children what they need to learn.
Excellent. I like this idea very much. You were always thinking.
And then we'll go shopping.
Yes.
With whatever's left over.
I like this idea.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I thought you would. There's a certain obligation that comes with position.
Yes.
So many people ignore it. So many people ignore it.
We must care for those and help mold them.
Indeed.
Takes a sip of wine and
I can think of some other things we could be molding as well, but we'll do that later.
nice. Bellow chuckles. All right, what's that? Okay. Well, here is, and he lets you know where he's currently staying in the second ring, but again, he feels like in the next few days he's going to be given this title. It's the last person had mysteriously vacated it. So strange.
I tell him about Karina being a contact. I also warn him about the group of the Ghost Bloods.
Okay.
And describe them, the half-orc, the human named Risden, and the triplet dwarves. Very sketchy. Also in the they were just into the third ring. Very sketchy. To watch out for them. And there was something else. Because I knew about Thaxel's investigation into the archaeology firm.
Yes.
Pretty sure I had mentioned that to him as well.
Okay.
Because when I tossed him into the, I'm going to ask him if he was able to find out anything about them here, since he's been here longer than them.
Okay.
Had a chance to find out anything.
He says, where are we? Where are my notes? What? My notes. Let me just find Texel's notes. Reference Texel. Oops. All right. Yes, I look into this. Whatever. I don't even know what those notes are now. I look into this thing for you. I find that these people, Revis and McGuire. I can't think of the second name. Call blank it.
Revis and Herb Lickus or something.
Herb is
Herb
around.
Lickus and Revis.
This was I can't believe I don't have this here.
Hold on.
Oh, McGregor and Revis.
McGregor, yeah. McGregor and Revis.
Okay. Jeez.
Whatever.
Yes. These reside in Prime Ring. They find many relics for Sultan and Paelay. But when spoken of behind closed doors, they are not so benevolent. They're spoken ill of. Shady merchants. Undercutting and undermining competition. And constantly doing secretive things. Difficult to trust. I can find out more when I arrive in Prime Ring.
Yeah, whatever you can find out. Do you know if they have any? If they had, we need to find a way to come at them that would be unexpected. Although, with Axel, it's probably going to be a straight-on charge, anyways.
If you wish to size them up, then once I am Lord Regent, I can schedule a meeting and surprise them with you and your friends, at least to assess them.
Let me discuss that with her.
Very good.
The messenger that you they're trustworthy?
I find them to be reliable. I do not know whether they are trustworthy.
I'll find a way to reach out to you. I'm sure the news will travel quickly once you receive your position.
Yes.
I'll do my best to get a message to you, but if you don't hear from me within about 3 days or so, you can try leaving a message with Karina at the Sultan's Requiem.
And as he's listening, but he's also just sort of like staring into your eyes, and I do love the way the fire dances in your eyes.
Would you like more fire?
Only always.
The wings come out.
He's kind of taken aback from whoa. Is the heat
just laying on top of them? They're just like
nice
spread out.
And he's awestruck as he watches these beautiful dragon wings of fire unfold behind you. Ever more incredible every time I see you.
Okay, I have a 60-foot fly speed. What would it take for me to pick him up and take him into the air with me for a bit?
It halves your fly speed, so he's
Yep.
pretty heavy, but those wings are huge, so I'd say you can do it half speed.
Yep, So she just she takes his arms and puts them around her waist, and then just lifts off.
And at first you can see he's a little nervous.
We're staying pretty low. We're not going up high. We're staying pretty low.
But he's excited. He gets a thrill from it. The ride, feels the heat on his skin from the wings. And,
We'll circle around a couple of times and then come back.
Nice. He kind of lands and regains his balance. Oh, I did not think I could feel like an Orkling again, but
Everybody needs to fly, or have the opportunity to.
You amaze me. And he puts his hands down on your shoulders, as best he can.
She'll fold them back in.
Oh. And he's going to go in for a kissy.
We can fade to black there.
Nice.
Till the next morning. Yes.
Awesome. All right. In fact, on that note, we'll go ahead and hit our bio break. When we come back, we'll check in with everyone else and see where they at. All right. So if anyone doesn't know, we take an 8 to 10 minute bio break, and then we return. So we'll catch you all soon. Yay! Excuse me. Okay. Oopsie doopsie. Reading rainbow. Reading rainbow.
Back.
Hey, Dino buddy.
Dinos for life.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get the shirt up here.
Well, I can one up you. Mine glows in the dark.
Oh, I'm jelly. Oh, that's so awesome.
I was going downstairs and it's all dark. And I was like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ta-da.
Awesome. Let me move this over. I can give it Chad a good read here.
I just want to say that I'm very glad that Dina told Thud to hang on to the money.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Keeping it safe. She considers this a good investment.
So cool.
Yeah, I have been literally, just for anybody that's watching, listening, I've been thinking about this since last week.
Mm-hmm.
And I got in touch with Dan, about an hour before game time? I
Yeah.
wrote it down for him, what I wanted to do. Because why not put the money to good use?
Awesome. That's going to be so cool.
Curry favor with her patron.
Awesome. So much cool stuff. I love the whole concept of it, all the different levels of it, and all the potential. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a mission statement for this place and everything.
Nice. Yes. That's awesome. Whew.
But yeah, she's definitely going to have to find a way to check in with Cormanda at some point and let him know about
All right.
about her plans and what she's doing.
Excellent. Ah, so many fun things. Okay, here we go. Let's go over to this. I got Airy, Thaxol. Okay. Zelkari with Vel's Ghost there now too.
What was that? Sorry.
I was just going over notes and I was like, oh, that's right, you got Vel's Ghost there too.
Regrets for having Dina kick her into a volcano.
I wish I was Zell killed her, but it doesn't really matter how she died.
Is that a Mike's?
She
Yeah.
suffered.
Cheers.
Yay.
Our vacation.
Awesome.
The country store here, and I was like, okay, they gotta have alcohol in the middle of the Fug Mountains, and they had like an entire aisle of like wine,
Oh,
like a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm not a wine person, I'm really not.
Ah.
Like, let me look at the fridge, and they had like all these beers and like IPAs and whatever, and then finally there was like one case of my cards. I'm like, thank you.
nice. Awesome.
I just finished the bottle of my wine. I'm sad.
Mm-hmm.
I needed more after that like really intense scene.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Really?
I
Oh,
can't
you're
hear you.
muted,
What?
but it looks great. A bourbon.
Ew.
It's not though. It's awful.
I was gonna
What?
say, you
That's-
should.
But it did put me in a good mood Friday night,
Yeah, it did.
as maybe a couple
Okay.
members of the group could attest.
Yeah, it did.
Awesome.
That was yes.
Mm.
Good night.
My Irish nut is pretty warmed up. Mm.
Oh,
A little
nice.
Tullamore dew. Tonight. No monkey shoulder tonight.
Aw.
A good use for that Mike's Hard Lemonade is if you're doing pork shoulders or pork butt.
Mhm.
When you
Oh.
slow cook it, you use the Mike's Hard Lemonade with some water as your fluid to cover it when you slow cook it. Gives it this, it's so good.
That sounds amazing. Like fully cover it.
Well, yeah, if you're gonna do for pulled pork to do a pork butt, the way I do it, I have a cast iron Dutch oven, and
Mhm.
so I do my spices and my onion and garlic and everything like that, and I brown the edges of it, and then I cover it with liquid, put the lid on top, and then slow cook it at like 275 for an hour per pound.
Nice.
But to cover it with the liquid, it's
Mm.
like I'll use Mike's Hard Lemonade and then the rest with water.
Ah, okay. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when are you making this for us, and what time do you want me over?
Nice.
Oh, I haven't done one in a while. I need to do one again.
Yeah, that
I'll
sounds like
probably do one before my brother-in-law gets here.
Mm.
Just because, 8 pounds of pulled pork feeds a lot of people,
Nice.
a lot of
and it
food.
freezes well.
Oh, good. They do a lot of pulled pork for barbecues down here.
Mhm.
I was given the old swaparoo when I first moved to Roanoke before moving here, and I was renting an apartment in some fancy like apartment place. I'm like, "Ooh, barbecue for the residents!" I'm like, "Sign me up!" There were no burgers and no hot dogs. It was like pulled pork and pulled something else and a bunch of. I'm like, "Where's my
Brisket,
burgers and
pulled
dogs?"
pork.
Yeah.
Yep,
All the barbecue.
yep. That's one thing I miss about Memphis. Living in Memphis, it was Memphis in May, and they would do this barbecue cook-off
Oh.
3 days, and working at EMS as a volunteer down there during the barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
We ate so well because we'd be, going around and running first aid and whatever, and then
Yeah.
everybody be like, "Oh, you want a sample?" And they,
Nice. Sounds delicious. I bet it's legit there.
but it's much easier to cook it in the oven in a Dutch oven than to actually get a smoker and smoke it outside. At least for me.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Smokers. I do love when someone has one set up, one of those tall stacker smoking units, and you can just smell it all day. Oh, excuse me. Okay. All right. Looks like we're all back. So let us return. We've got that. Everyone else is headed out to find some ice cream, which, no, that's not in canon. So, ice cream it is. It's late, evening time anyway. Probably will, backtrack for the rest of you. It's probably 6:37. Ari in tow, still sniping at her host in her head every so often, but otherwise trying to keep that out of mind and just following everyone to get some ice cream. You do find a place maybe 3 blocks away that does in fact, I don't know, you find probably an outdoor stand. You order up at the window, but there's a bunch of outdoor seating for an ice cream parlor.
Along the way, did we see any interesting shops or anything? Not that we're gonna stop. Just curious.
There's still modest shops here. You can buy your nicer adventuring gear. You saw, actually, I think that's all sold at the Quartermaster still. So mostly clothing and household items, but it's all sort of modest, run-of-the-mill, but decent quality stuff.
So nothing with like potions or that type of shop?
It seems that that's all sold at the quartermasters. Each ring has a quartermaster.
Okay. I'll probably just reach over or kind of lean over to Ray and be like, "Hey, we need to find a place that sells
Poisons?
potions.
I know.
Poisons.
No.
Oh my God, we are in sync.
I just guessed. You know, we've been together so long.
It's creeping me out.
We can find you some more poisons.
Okay, cool.
I promise. But yes, probably potions as well.
That too, yeah.
Better stock up. I don't really like the looks of that Ghost Bloods group, and I want to be prepared if we just happen to run into them somewhere.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I'm pretty sure I could take
must
on
have
that
missed-
orc.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say I'm pretty sure I could take on that orc guy.
I know
For the
you.
rest of y'all, I would suggest probably getting some potion. Not to brag.
He looked like a big softie. You could shake him out
Really?
in a second.
Yes, thank you. Anyways,
Well, then ice cream and then the quartermasters, it sounds like.
yeah, if they're still open, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you heard from your brother?
He really only contacts me if he needs to. We have sort of this, I don't know, understanding that less communication is better. You know, don't want to have anything. I mean, are you worried? Have you not really heard from him?
No, I just waiting for information.
If it's sensitive enough, he won't send it over those stones.
Oh, then how would he send it? If he's there and I'm here, and it could potentially help me, how else are you gonna do it? I thought that was like a private, like, connection thing.
I'm going to, like, whisper in her ear. You know, we have a network everywhere. He'll get you the information.
Wow. Okay. Oh, okay.
So eloquent, Axel.
Well, there's also a car horn going off, and it was driving me nuts.
Oh no.
I was like, they're probably hearing it too, and I'm like,
Ari, pat your back. Do you need your alone time? Your
That almost got my mic, Dan.
sorry. You seem stressed.
No, Ari, not quite at the time.
Oh.
my alone time needs to happen in my room,
Oh.
but like ice cream, I really need the strawberries to get to the alone time. Do you get what I'm saying?
I don't know. Well, I guess I'll try some strawberries then.
Honey, they are to die for, and I'll show you how to, like, eat them and
Okay.
then play with them.
All right, I like playing.
Okay, good.
And he goes to order ice cream. Oh, poor Ari. I'm so sorry.
Waits for Thaxel to teach Ari about chocolate and strawberries and cream.
Yeah. So you're all able to. Oh, I'm sorry, Demalagus. Did you have something?
Oh, I did start to say something, but never mind.
Oh,
I answered my own question.
Oh, okay. Neat. And we were able to order your ice cream. It's not too awful of a wait. 5 minutes or so before you get whatever you'd all order. Cones, bowls, it's your typical ice cream shop with 2 P's and an E. Shoppy.
Does this compare? Does it compare to our den of cupcakes?
You know what? That place is really legit, and this place is good, but not great. I mean, it's ice cream, so it's kind of inherently great, but not at the level of Den of Cupcakes.
Okay. I'm judging.
Nice.
No, Ralph was really great, and he had an E on the end too.
He did. Ralphie. I called him something else, though. What did I call him? I looked through my book.
Man, I'm so bougie since you've started hanging out with me.
Nice.
Got to class it up at some point.
Mm-hmm. Well, should we swing by the quartermaster, see if they're open before we go home?
Yes, please. And I mean, we can always come back like the next day if they are, but yeah, I would like to go shopping now.
Oh. Okay.
I just have so much energy.
Well, I'm sure Dina will be all night, so we might as well go shopping now and then have our family talk in the morning.
Perfect.
Because she's really been clamoring to get into that third ring, if you know what I mean.
What?
Not at the ice cream shops, Axel.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, why not? Why?
I'm allowed to have some decorum.
What?
Awesome. I picture like ice cream smudged around Thaxel's, mouth now. Huh?
And then her tongue, just like her long, slithery tongue.
Awesome.
And then she's gonna take a strawberry and just bite the tip. Just to test it out first, see if it's okay.
So sweet. Awesome.
Now I've got to write another story about that.
Just for you, Randy.
Awesome. All right. You're able to, enjoy your ice cream unless you have anything you want to discuss during ice cream time. No? Okay. Then you head over toward the quartermaster, and you do find it to be open. This is the front looks like a storefront. However, the whole back is a forge. It's a smithy essentially. And this massive human male, probably late 40s or so, completely bald head, shaven straight down to nothing, but has a rough beard, really scruffy, dark black facial hair, kind of bushy, dark eyebrows, and these really haunted green eyes. Comes up. Well, what brings you all here tonight?
I am staring at his eyes.
You can see there's a depth, this dude has seen stuff and done stuff.
Your eyes are just poisonous.
Kind of slicks back his bald head.
I'm gonna turn around. What color are my eyes?
What color are Axel's eyes?
I have to look because
I feel like they were an
I think they're yellow.
Yeah.
They're a light golden color, actually.
Ooh.
Oh.
Man, you know more than I do.
Well, I had to describe you in that story.
You did. You really did.
And I asked you a bunch of questions, too.
And I did answer them correct. Yeah, they are a yellow golden.
They're
color.
a golden yellow, kind of like I don't know, straw.
Or like the sun?
No.
Like straw?
Mm-hmm.
A flower?
Like a shiny coin.
Okay, I can relate to that. Okay. So I'm going to turn back to. So what's your name? Not that I really care, but I need to write it down in my notebook of names.
Axel pulls out a notebook. Yeah.
It has a notebook now.
Awesome.
All these names just because she's so fascinated by names, I guess.
He has sort of like a blacksmith's apron on, shirtless underneath, holds an arm out. Rongstrom.
Oh, whoa. Was that with like a Q or like an R?
R. RONGSTRUM.
Wrong Strun. I'm going to call you Ronnie, if you don't mind. So, Ronnie, I am looking for...
Pulls his hand back.
Is he offended? Oh, honey, it's a compliment for me to shorten your name. I'm looking for poison. The most deadliest, the most fast-acting or slow-acting, the most colorful, the most potent poisons. Do you have any?
Turns around and walks off into the shop a bit without saying anything, and comes back with a crate, sets it down, clank, 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 clank. Bunch of glass vials in here. Well, there are a number of potions in here, but if you're looking for the really good stuff, you'll have to go up another ring or even to the prime. But these will do the trick.
Are they effective, though?
Aye. These are standard potions of healing. However, there are a couple different shades to the poison, ranging from like all the color of like infection, like yellow over to like a green.
She's going to pick up the yellow bottle because she wants something that matches her eyes.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
And what's this one?
That one there, that's, it'll do about the same thing. The one you have, the golden one you have there, that one takes a little longer to act, a little bit of a paralytic in it. Not completely, but makes it painful. Towards the end, they can't move, so you have a minute or two to do what you will. Teach them their lesson before putting them out of their misery. Or letting their misery take them.
Oh, okay. Is there... Well, how much is this this one? The one the golden one?
Let's see. Excellent question. I'm just gonna pull up my...
2 gold? I can do 2 gold.
Awesome. Alright, I think it's under adventuring gear. It's just your standard vial of poison. Okay, well, I'm going to change that. It's 100 gold pieces in the book, and that seems ridiculous to me, because that was some of the nicer stuff. 50 gold pieces for that.
Alright. Is there... Like, hypothetically...
Aye.
Let's say... I'm trying to find my gold. Oh my god. Where's my gold? I'll find it later. Hypothetically. Let's say, like, you have this friend, and then he's no longer your friend, and you want to kill him. What poison out of this little thing would you use to get the best satisfaction and fulfillment from watching them die? I want that.
Well, the one that I used was called the Bleeding Rose. But you'll only find that in the prime.
Okay.
Takes an awful long time to to work. Good day or so of bleeding out of every orifice you've got. Incredibly painful from the inside out. Just melt your innards. But takes a good day to stew them first. That's what I used.
Okay. And then what's your second choice from this bit? Here's what I like to do. I like to collect poisons as I go visit the towns, But I only get the best.
You won't find much of the best here, lass.
Useless. Okay. I will think about... and then I'm going to turn over to Rhea and the rest of them. Do y'all want anything? Do you think they have potions here?
He looks around. Those haunted green eyes.
I do if no one else does. I don't mind going last. Do you have this? And I will take a little piece of paper out and just show it to him.
That... that I do.
Could you wrap it up in the back for me?
Aye. Kind of turns to head off to the back.
Zell will lean towards Daxel and say, "That's what she said."
You know I have a really high passive perception, right? I'm going to hear that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Oh, my goodness. That was poetry. I love that. For real, it's so hilarious. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my gosh. Oh, man. That is so
that
funny.
Was perfect.
That was fantastic. All right, let me just scooch ahead to get this cost here. And boop, boop, boop. Do you have anything on you that identifies your family name, Brian?
The only thing is the tattoo on my back, unless they would take like the holy symbol of Joaquin. So
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, we keep it hidden just in case we don't want it to be seen.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. And do you have? I feel like we had. I'll tell you how much money you have later because there's more money than you have in your sheet. You have more money because it's been divvied up a few times.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a pile of it right now from the group.
Nice.
I'm just gonna spend all the loot. Don't mind me.
Neat.
I'm kidding.
If that's what you're gonna do, then you can buy my poison for me.
Yeah, no, not what I was gonna do, but
he returns. Oh, sorry. Good. He sets down. Let's see. He asked for it wrapped up, so it's probably going to be in a wrapped package, a neatly wrapped package that then goes within a pouch, cinched up. And he passes that to you, and leans forward, sort of to whisper the price to you.
Okay. Does it seem unreasonable?
No, it's a good price.
Okay.
There's no. The prices were all set by the Sultan, and he wants prestige.
Okay. Just want to make sure I wasn't being taken advantage of.
Yeah.
And do you have any nice looking daggers or hand axes?
We don't have anything of fine quality, but we've got your standard stuff here that'll hurt at the pointy end.
Oh, I already have some standard things, so I suppose I'll just keep what I've got. Thank you. You've been a wonderful help, and I appreciate your discretion.
Indeed. 'Tis a pleasure. Kind of looks around. Well,
Hey, Dan. So this is like just kind of a general shop.
yeah. Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like it's mostly the adventuring gear, weapons, armor. This is where you get everything to go out and pew stuff.
Okay.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, then I have some work to tend to. All right. Nods his head and turns back around. Turns his brawny back to everybody and walks back to the forge.
Bye, Ronnie.
He gives like a this over his back, like, see ya. In a nice, like, gesture. Not a rude one.
He was nice.
Did you see his eyes?
I did.
Like,
I did.
Nice.
those are so cool.
They were.
Okay.
Mm.
So
Back home?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, I'm done. What do y'all want to do?
Well, until tomorrow morning, I have a little bit of business at home, but that's all.
And you wanted to get together and talk?
Yeah, just a little family chat about what we saw on our little mission and, what we might do about it.
Family? Family?
Oh, Daxel, don't read too much into it.
But
It's a slip of the tongue when I'm used to working with my family, and it's the family, the extended family.
you think of me as family?
Well, yeah. Oh my gosh, am I gonna make you cry? I don't know what to do. They're there. It's okay. I didn't mean to upset you.
Zelle's gonna be laughing in the corner, like holding her mouth.
All the awkward hugs from Dina.
I feel funny.
Mm,
Really weird. Like right here.
oh, it's okay. That's a good feeling, Daxel.
No. I'm gonna turn into a wolf and I'm gonna run away to the house.
Nice. No, she turns.
So dramatic.
Ow!
Harry's like, I think she just really needed her me time.
Yes.
You know what, Ari? I think you're right.
Did I take those Did I take home? Did I have a to-go box of strawberries?
We'll say yes.
Okay, thank you.
Nice. All right, are the rest of you just heading home then? Anyone taking any detours?
Actually,
Ooh.
so you said when we first went into the third tier,
Mm-hmm.
there were like flowers and shrubs and stuff like that.
Yes.
Is there any like a florist or anything around, or is it just those flowers in that area?
It's mostly maintained by the city, but there's a florist. Yeah, you would have passed one in that area of the town. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quick detour at the florist.
Okay. Is anyone going with her, or?
Well, I wanted to look around a bit anyway, so
Okay.
I'll follow Zell.
Inviting us? If not, I'll go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I would. She wouldn't not invite you, but she also wouldn't. She would just be like, "Oh, I want to go in here," and like kind of just walk in.
Oh, okay.
She wouldn't
Is
make
it
it
on the-
obvious.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if it's on the way home,
If it's on the way home, she would go. If it's not, then she wouldn't bother.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on the way home. Mm-hmm. Okay. So you step in the florist, and Demalagus and Rhea join.
Yeah, I'll step on it inside.
Okay. All right. You step in. It's late, so they're getting ready There's an older man in there. Oh, I'm so sorry, dear. We're getting ready to close shop. Is there anything I can help you with? It'll have to be quick, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do you have any golden flowers, like sunflowers, or maybe just like a yellow-hued flower?
Well, we have dew buds over here, and he points to a flower that almost, while it's closed, looks like a drop of dew. They bloom. No, that'll be a different flower. Scratch that. But there's dew flowers that are that color, and they seem fresh. That's all we have fresh for today. That's a golden color. We sold most of the more popular ones today.
Okay. Okay, I'll take one of those. And do you have anything like an orchids or anything more purple in hue?
Yes. He kind of shuffles over to an aisle over from you, comes out from behind his counter, and brings a few over to show you. Different shades of purple.
She'll take like a violety, like a not neon, but like more brightish kind of colored.
Okay.
Anything that's there.
Oh, yes, well, here you are. And he kind of pauses and looks at you, and then, Rhea and Demalagus, where are you, Paelay? So, he's just sort of taking everyone in. Rhea, of course, dressed in this fine attire, and being half-elf, fits in well and looks like a lady of prestige. Demalagus is, looks like a drow, so he's a little like... But he seems kindly, so he doesn't like jerk back like away with you. But seeing your nice demeanor, Zal, he's like, it's the end of the day, dear. Here, just take these. They'll only wilt here tonight.
Are you sure?
Oh,
No,
of course.
I insist, and she'll just place a gold coin in his hand as she takes them.
Oh, are you certain you didn't do this?
No, thank you. You too kind letting me come in. No, really, take it.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. Pockets it, really appreciative, super happy about it. Like, oh, wow. Book. Is there anything else I can help you find, then?
And she'll turn to Rhea or Demalius. She's done.
No, dear. I just wanted to admire your shop. It's lovely.
Thank you. You're too kind, milady. And he gives you a bow just because he thinks he probably should. Probably has to. Well, I must be closing up then.
No problem. Sorry for keeping you waiting.
No.
And she'll kind of shuffle around and try and quicken her way out the door.
Okay. Really? All right. Anything you all want to do between here and home?
Demalagus does want to keep an eye out. I'm looking for something weird. Well, in D&D, it's weird. It's not weird in the real world. I'm looking for somewhere that might sell toys.
Yeah.
Children's toys, you guys. Shut up.
Let's wrap this up in the back. Yeah.
Curves.
Still so funny. Yes, so you're able to find that. And now you'd probably have to do a little bit of looking because it's not.
Yeah, I don't expect to find this right away. I'm just saying if I see something, I'll make a mental note of it and come back some other time, not tonight.
Okay. You don't in this particular area, but given your common knowledge of the world, there's likely a toy shop somewhere here.
Yeah, in this big of a city, I would think I'd be able to find one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's it?
Okay. All right. So you're walking back towards, to the home, and you arrive. You step through the main door, open it inward through the arch there. You all pile in. Demalagus, as you step in through the threshold, you step off the street and into, as you step down on the tile of the house, or the stone of the house, clack. Your shoe makes a sound as though it's hitting tile. You look about, and you are in an entirely different room. Vast books, arcane bits all around. A breeze at your back. A strong breeze at your back. fresh airs on the wind. You look back, clouds.
Real thick ears, this you.
You're once again in this incredible tower floating in the sky. Oh, Demalagus, it is so wonderful to see you. And he sort of steps off from the side, out behind a couple of bookcases, with a book in his hand. Thank you so much for coming to see me. Closes the book in his hand. So, quite an adventure you've been on, yes?
You've removed me from the prime material, then.
Just the important bits.
All right, well enough. I didn't forbid you to do so, so... All right. Yes, indeed. I've seen quite a lot, and Paelay even more. Have you been interested in what you've seen so far?
Yes. There's much that hasn't changed. But people looking out for themselves and people looking out for those less fortunate than, and the world goes round and round. But something here, Demalagus, something in Paelay. Can you sense it?
Classicism? Oppression?
It's more of the same. I don't think that'll ever change. But
We'll see.
nice. And he kind of, puts his long, silky, jet black hair. It's not up in his ponytail this time. It's sort of, down around. He kind of puts it up back here. And just showing more of that chiseled jawline. And he walks out towards you where it's, it's sunny up here. It's above the clouds. It's daytime. And you can see again that sort of almost like a glow to the pallor of his skin. Sort of an odd juxtaposition between that sickly pallor, but with this glow of soft sunlight. No, there's something more here, Demalagus. You've shown me around, yes, and I've certainly granted you many things. Would you not agree? Boons, knowledge.
Yes, indeed. I've enjoyed them quite a bit. I find them to be a fair trade for what you're gaining.
Yes. Well, I do enjoy sightseeing. There is something I would ask of you. There is something here that I wish to have, Demalagus. And I would ask you to keep an open ear and open eyes for this treasure. Though likely now they're ruins near this grand city, as it were. And within them, a key, a literal key, mind you, that I wish to have. Should you find yourself with a task or a quest, or options to pursue a quest, ask about ruins. Ask and find them. Find me the key.
Yes, this doesn't sound like an issue at all. Ruins are of interest to me as well. I'm always keeping an eye out for something ancient and deadly.
This key, perhaps, while it will not serve you, I'm sure there are many things in those ruins that will. And if you are in fact able to find this, you can bring it to me here. And perhaps I can bestow upon you another boon.
I would like that. So, do you know anything about the ruins? Do they have a name, former name, something I can begin to research? Or should I just ask around? You do seem to know an awful lot.
Long ago, Damalacus. Very, very long ago, he walks over, strides over toward you. And he kind of reaches up and pushes your hair behind your ear.
Of course he does.
These lands were home to a number of pyramids. Many disassembled, stripped of their splendor and their riches. But one remained, long buried in the sand, I imagine. Seek out any knowledge of an ancient pyramid that stood tall, grander than any others, that would now be lost to time. Look, Damalacus. He holds his palm up in front of your hand, kind of waves the other one over it, and this little key shows up, sort of a stout key with the really intricate sequence of etchings along the bottom, and a little small green emerald in the handle part. Zill's upside down. Not just kidding. No, you're fine. Sorry, I get easily distracted.
Dan's easily distracted. Squirrel.
Oh! It's awesome. This is Liamon's key. This is what I ask you to find for me. Now, mind you, Damalacus, you're so precious, and kind of, holds your cheeks. So gives him a... This may be guarded, yes. So be careful, be wise, as I know you are. I do so enjoy being inside you. Yeah, that was way overt. My bad.
Phrasing.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Like, that was just...
Let's finish this in the back.
Well, alrighty
That's the
then.
only
Hey,
option.
We thought Dina was bad.
Heyo.
Awesome.
I'm not mad about this.
Awesome. Tell me, Damalacus, what are your goals? What can I help you with?
Well, I assume you read the letters I left for Rhea and Zalkari.
Yes.
That is the beginning of my goals, so you know a bit as far as, well, Vardock is concerned. Beyond that, if you'd like to know a bit more, my ambition does not end there. Beyond finding a way to destroy the Illithid who control Shadowgate and perhaps supplant them and be in charge there, I also seek to free all of the slaves of Shadowgate, and perhaps everywhere I visit. And the other thing I'd like to do is destroy Drow society entirely, annihilate Loth, and take her power portfolio from her.
Yes.
My ambition truly knows no bounds. And while she has great power for what she truly is, a demon lord, not a goddess, it will just be a start.
This is why we are kin, Damalacus. And he sort of walks like around. It's classic Copperfield move. Not that he's actually doing that, but he's walking around.
It's fine.
Damalacus
Like,
yeah. Nice.
He's stuck in here by this tower by himself. He's got to touch somebody. He lets me see everything with true sight. He can do whatever he wants.
Nice. I would love to help you with this. Yes. Beware, though, Damalacus. I sense someone under your friend's control in this city. We haven't met them face to face. They've kept their distance, but somewhere in this city, Vardock holds pull over some poor soul, watching and waiting for you.
I'll keep an eye out. Although it won't be obvious to see someone under psionic control. Nevertheless, strange behavior would be something to watch out for, especially considering how alien the Illithid truly are. And have no idea how to act like a normal person.
He kind of like puts his chest to your back and puts his arm over your shoulder, down your, front of your torso, and kind of whispers in your ear, "If you have a friend, Malagus, that can read thoughts, have them do so. Their thoughts will not be their own. This will give them away. For now," and he kind of pulls back and brushes your earbud out of your ear. Oh, and pats you on the back of the shoulders. "Yes, well, that is all the time I have for now, Demalagus, but do continue showing me such wonderful things, won't you?"
Absolutely. I promise you wonders.
And you just hear, "Thank you, Demalagus," in your ear whisper. Kind of turn around, and now you're looking at everyone walking ahead of you as though no time has really passed. Back, stepping into the house. Paelay.
I will try to play it off like nothing happened.
Okay.
Does he seem a little bit weird?
Should I
I was gonna
roll?
say insight check.
Nice.
That passive perception.
You haven't.
Right.
I thought you said passive erection. I was like, I guess. Yeah, I mean, maybe. I don't know how the mouth gets.
Oh my
I think that was the
goodness.
spirit Demalagus was talking to.
That's awesome. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Malgus. Go ahead and I guess roll a wisdom save to Malgus to see like how couth you can be with the transition. And Thaxel and Zell and Rhea and Aerie can roll. I guess a perception check against that.
But I'm still
Perception?
in wolf form.
Oh, no, you're already ahead. Sorry, Thaxel. Yeah, you're already here.
Yeah.
Can I argue for insight?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it'd be inside, probably.
Okay.
It's exactly the same. What am I doing? I'm not arguing at all. Sorry.
That's
I got higher with insight.
Ooh.
I got a 15 with insight.
okay.
It would have been an 11 otherwise.
And Demalagus? Oh, a 2? Sorry, go ahead, Rhea.
No, 24.
Oh, it's like a 2. How'd you get?
Expertise. Come on.
Awesome.
Well, I'll tell you something. Y'all can't beat a 10.
Nice. That's what she said. Now I'm going to be doing that all night. Sorry. Speaking of
This
Demalagus.
is why Dina and Thud meet in private.
Nice. All right. So how do you trip up Demalagus?
Let me roll something here real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing, and while I'm doing this, here's the thing I used to do way back in the day that I kind of picked up from other group members in the 90s, was sometimes when we have something like this to decide, we'd kind of take a roll off of our character sheet to sort of decide between what may happen randomly just for fun. So I'm taking a roll here with Demalagus's dex and seeing if he beats like maybe a 12 or so to see if he kind of stumbles up a little bit. Let's see. No, I beat that. So he wouldn't necessarily stumble, but I think he would probably have a quick intake of breath, sort of like.
Okay. So that's what Rhea and Zell see.
Did you see something, Malachus? Zell's thinking has to do with her, honestly, with the ghosts.
I'm sorry. Rothakia distracted me a bit. I'm afraid.
Oh, your buddy got it. Okay. She'll walk away.
Okay. Do you want to react at all, Rhea, or what would you like to do?
No, I do not. I'm just gonna keep walking.
Okay.
Store that little nugget away.
Neat. All right. So the rest of you enter the house. Dina, are you gone for like the night or?
Oh yeah, yeah. She's gone for the night.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll probably. I mean, once he decides he has to leave at dawn, knowing that he's going to have to sneak back, however he chooses to do it. But yeah, once he says I gotta go, she's gonna be like, okay, and kiss him goodbye and make her way home. She'll actually probably suggest that he shadow her so that he can see where the house is.
Okay.
And
so.
she's gonna kind of, she's pretty much just gonna hop the fence and. I would think that there's some kind of like ivy or trellis or something along the back wall. She can just kind of climb on up. If not, then because she hasn't used her full hour on her wing. Well, no, it's sunrise, so it would be new. So yeah, she would just kind of climb up.
Okay.
She's going to figure out a way to, so she doesn't have to climb every time, but like a rope or something.
Ah, neat. All right.
But for now, she's just going to climb on up to and go in through her room.
Okay.
Her window.
All right. Head back in the morning. That night, Thaxel, you're already there. So, Thaxel, where do you want to be in the house as Rhea, Zell, and Demalgus and Aerie return?
She's probably in a room.
Okay.
Yeah, that's yeah, she's gonna not have to do that.
I know she's in wolf form, but why is she howling so much?
No.
Anybody who's ever owned a dog knows why she's in wolf form.
Awesome.
Well. Oh my god.
Thaxel's super long snake tongue.
Snake. I thought it was
Reptile. Okay, sorry. Anyway,
I'm trying to
my bad.
think. No, I think she's gonna probably go. She's probably gonna stay in wolf form actually, as long as she's able to, which I think is up to like what 2-3 hours or something like that.
just a couple of hours.
Yeah.
Or it's like
it's
a formula for it.
Yeah, D&D
It's
Beyond.
Capture Druid level.
D&D Beyond says 3 hours.
Woo!
Woo! And then I think what she's gonna do is curl up in the nook, like keep her ears open, like just in case. But the whole like family word is just going to be going over and over and over in her head, and she's just like, that's all she can think about right now, like not knowing how to process that. That's what she's doing.
Okay. All right, so it's Rhea, Zell, Aerie, and Demalgus that have returned. There is like a communal living room area next to the kitchen, open layout to the house here. I think Aerie's probably just going to plop down on the couch.
I think I actually need to call it an evening early, guys, if you don't mind. But we can talk in the morning. Aerie, you going to be okay tonight?
Yeah, the voice is just being really pushy. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
Come find me if you need me, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Rhea's going to go up to her room, unbox that box, put that item on, and once she feels that she is one with the item, she's going to go and make herself a little nest outside Dina's room so she can try and listen for when Dina gets home.
Oh, neat. Okay. All right, that's exciting. What does... Oops, everybody... Demalagus, what would you like to do as the night nears?
Demalagus would have definitely noticed Aerie being sort of disturbed. And he's talked to her before about having a voice in her head, so he's going to sit in the room with her, kind of sit down with his spell book, and as he's looking at it, just say, if you want to talk about anything with someone else who has a voice in their head, I'd be willing to listen. But no pressure.
Thank you. It's just... If he doesn't get his way, it doesn't work out well for me. And he seems to really want this or need it or whatever. And, it's been nice not hearing the voice for a while. But it's also a little upsetting because I felt... it's strange to say, but it's alone. Like I'm missing something. I don't know. But thank you for the offer, Demalagus.
Absolutely. And that makes sense. If you need any help, the voice in my head is also requesting me to look into a couple things as well, and given me a warning that Vardock does have an agent here.
Oh, shit. Of course he does.
And we want to look out for anyone who may be able to read minds. They may be able to tell us who it is.
All right. You're pretty learned, right?
Yes.
I'm just going to say this being polite is not as easy as other people make it seem. Sorry. Anyway. I'm also going to quickly look and see if she can read minds so I don't jibber on that. I don't know if she has detect thoughts. Detect magic. No, she doesn't. Have you ever heard of a place called Epheron?
I don't know, Dan, have I?
Roll a history check with a super high.
Yeah, let's roll. All right, red die. Let's see what you can do for me. Gonna do some history. Well, not such a great roll, but that will still give me a 17.
So travel around Astralanor, different quadrants of it basically, is really super difficult. However, the Arcanheim has, you have a sage background that ties into the Arcanheim, and I'm going to say with a 17, it sounds like a continent that is whispered of being somewhere else on Astralanor, and a place you cannot travel to by regular means.
Okay. I imparted. I mean, that's not a whole lot to go on.
Sorry.
but,
Yeah.
But I impart what little I know, and that, okay. I'm seeking some information here in the city, so I want to find out if there's a local library and research library. And that's sort of what I'm best at, is researching and finding information others may miss. So I'd be happy to add this to what I'm looking for as well.
All right. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'll let you know if I learn anything.
Okay. I guess I'm going to go to bed then. But
Absolutely. Rest easily.
she gets up and heads upstairs. Zell?
She is going to go to her room and she's gonna try and take the flowers and make them pressed flowers, like you can put in like a book or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's gonna write 2 personal notes that I haven't written out fully in my head, so I'll get back to you on that.
Okay,
But,
no problem.
she's gonna write 2 notes and try and press the flowers as best as she can and put them in little like envelopes.
Oh, okay.
That's how she's gonna spend her night.
All right, neat. And Demalagus, what would you like to do after Ari goes to bed?
After she does, I'll retire to my room. I'm going to... I always need to do research, and I never have a library. If only I had a friend who had like a library in like some kind of container or something like that. That would be so useful. Oh my gosh. If only. Anyways, that'll probably never happen. But so instead, I'm going to pick the resources that I do have, which is Rothakir, and I'm going to have a chat with him. And since I can see spirits and ghosts, I'd like to just talk to him about what sort of spells or abilities I'd need to look to gain in order to communicate with those spirits.
Ah, okay.
And interact with, I mean, we don't have to necessarily role play that out. I'd want to have kind of a long, drawn out, like he's just going through possibilities in his mind.
Okay.
That'll give Rothakir a lot to think about, because Demalagus is going to not have to talk, so he's going to be throwing his thoughts at him as fast as they occur to him.
Ah, nice. Okay. You know what? After a little bit of that, you actually transition back to that room, except it's smaller. It has the same view, but it's a smaller room. 2 high back, wing back chairs facing one another with a small round table between them, fireplace crackling off to the side. And they just, Demalagus, please sit. And let's talk, yes? And some wine glasses appear there as you glance over the table. And he just listens to all your questions and answers as best he can. He says essentially you have to travel, something to travel into the astral, the ethereal plane there, rather. Then you can verbally communicate with them, but you have to be careful. He gives the warnings as well. So that's the ideal. He mentioned some other things like speak with Deb, but you kind of need the body for that. But it's just, you keep having questions and he keeps having answers for you.
Okay. Excellent. Yeah, we'll have a good chat now.
Neat. All right. So this is how the night progresses. Rhea, around, I don't know, 1 or 1:30, you hear what sounds like some light footfalls in Dina's room.
Okay. When I hear that, I will get up and compose myself, and she will knock on her door.
The door
softly.
Okay. The door swings open, and a stranger stands there before you.
Oh shit! I do not recognize them at all.
Nope.
For fuck's sake. Okay.
So, she says, Rhea Davenstar, I hear you've been looking for me. I felt perhaps we should meet in person. She extends a hand. You see that she has very drow-like features. The dark skin, platinum hair, platinum eyebrows, very light blue eyes. Extends her hand. I'm your neighbor. My name is Sterling Sam. Or at least that's what my friends call me. She holds a hand out to shake yours. And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Okay, Sterling what? I'm sorry, Sam?
Sterling Sam. Yep. Folks from the other campaign might recognize both Sterling Sam and the continent of Ephron.
What? Is this a crossover now?
Oh, we're working towards crossover goodness. Yeah. There's a bunch of things that have been sprinkled in, but yeah, some more concrete stuff happening.
Dina's going to retire with her sweetie to his summer and winter homes. And
Nice. So for viewers and of course players here, Sterling Sam was actually in the very first campaign that I streamed for like 2.5 years, Valor's Gall. Like that's 154 years ago. And then she's interacted in a positive light to assist with, and she was actually saved by, at one point, the Stormfall party, and so she helps them a bit.
Oh,
And,
she's going to be sorely disappointed in us.
Yeah.
well, she's not particularly, she's neutral. She's an information gatherer, and so she is totally ruthless when she needs to be. But if she likes someone, she likes them. But apparently, and you'll find out more about her and the city of Ikram. But she is a neighbor that's been there since before the city was built up for the Davin Stars. Yay!
Okay.
And Ephron, of course, is the continent that most of the stuff took place, half the stuff took place on for Stormfall.
Is she who is following Dina? Because that is something that Dina would have talked to Sud about, was who was following her.
Gotcha. Nope. He described, let's see, let me backtrack. Rewind my brain. No, because that was some unknown person just from here, the city of Paelay.
Okay.
Information's power here, so there was someone just trying to keep tabs on Roxir, like what's this dude up to? He's coming into power. So it's just like a nobody sort of spy.
Okay. But if he had a description, she would ask him for it, so that it would be something that she would want to be aware of and make the group aware of.
Okay. It'd be a human male then, probably mid-20s. That's all you probably make out in the dark.
Okay.
I needed Dina.
I'm so sorry.
It's all right. Oh my goodness.
Next week.
This
She'll
should
be
be
there.
interesting.
Yeah, she'll be there a little bit after dawn.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So good to be back. And thank you all so much. I hope you all had fun tonight. I had a blast.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It was great. It
Neat.
was so great.
Fun.
Always is.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you so much. Players, of course, phenomenal. And yeah, it does feel really good to actually be able to do this more than once every 2 months. So yeah, all right, very exciting tonight. We'll see where everything, we'll take it probably right from the top with Dina and Rhea at the top of next episode at dawn.
I will be prepared.
Randy, that's so true. Nice.
It's only fair with all the flirting I've done with you. So.
Sweet. The whispered videos I make for you mean nothing, I guess, but when I speak through with you. Awesome.
I love it so much. So much.
And viewers, thank you so much for being here and tuning in, even though I had so much time where I couldn't run these, and again, I apologize for that, but thank you so much for being here. It's always such a blast. You're all so funny, and what a hilarious night too. Oh my gosh, I just love that Let's Finish in the Rear. It was just so perfect. So thank you for that, Sal. Awesome.
You are always welcome.
Sweet. I hope you all have a lovely night, and we'll catch you, of course, Friday. It's happening. Everything's all squared away. So Friday, Stormfall, and then catch us here, of course. That's Friday, every Friday, Stormfall, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And here's Lament, our all evil campaign. It's every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Should be back to every. So, have fun.
Opening up orphanages.
Yeah, yes, look forward to that.
Evil.
Awesome.
Raising the next little generation of warlocks.
Awesome. It's so beautiful. I love it.
It's almost diabolical.
Right? Yeah. It's
Almost.
so great.
Almost.
Well, I hope you all have a lovely night, and we'll catch y'all soon. Have a great night.
Bye.
Bye.